Tommy, dear, can you help me with the dishes?
Tommy's mother asked nicely. There was a large pile of dishes in the kitchen, and she really wanted help.
No!
Tommy yelled back. Doing the dishes was the last thing in the world he wanted to do. He was having such a fun time playing with his Legos.
Tommy, if you don't help me with the dishes, you don't get to play with your toys.
Tommy's mother warned.
No!
Tommy screamed once again, grabbed his jacket, and ran from the house in anger. The cool fall air was relaxing. Tommy was glad he chose to wear his coat. Tommy ran into the forest behind his house and began to walk on the trail. He couldn't believe that his own mom was taking away his toys.
She can do the dishes by herself. It's not very hard to do,
He thought to himself.
My Legos are more important.
As he kept walking through the forest, Tommy noticed a woman was frantically running on the trail towards him. Tommy, getting scared, took a few steps back.
Hey, have you seen my child?
The woman asked. Tommy shook his head slowly. The woman noticed the annoyed look on Tommy's face, and she said,
Oh, well, thank you anyways.
Then she kept running past Tommy, and she was calling for her son.
How could I possibly know where her child is?
Tommy asked himself.
She completely wasted my time.
He shook his head and kept moving forward. Tommy was still thinking about the rudeness of that woman when he came across a man wearing ripped jeans and a ragged shirt. The man was sitting on the side of a trail, leaning against a fallen tree. Tommy stared at the man. The man looked very sad and very cold. The man slowly raised his head and made eye contact with Tommy. The man was so cold that he was shaking. His eyes slowly lowered to Tommy's coat and then back to Tommy's eyes. Tommy was not a fool. He knew what the man was asking. And he quickly walked away, not looking back.
I'm not going to give up my coat for someone I don't even know,
Tommy thought.
Then I would be cold.
And he kept walking down the trail. Tommy was disgusted by the rudeness he was having to go through today as he continued on the trail. As he came around a bend, he noticed what looked like a rolled up blanket on the side of the trail. As he walked closer, he realized that the blanket was breathing. Closer still, he realized that the blanket was not a blanket at all, but a small deer. Tommy was frozen in place. The deer had a broken leg, unable to move. It looked into Tommy's eyes. It was helpless. There was nothing that Tommy could do except watch as the deer breathed its last breath. And Tommy began to cry. He sprinted back down the trail towards his home. He passed the log where the man had been, but the man was nowhere in sight. He passed the place where the woman had confronted him, but she was gone. Tommy ran out of the forest and into his home. He ran past his Legos and began to wash the dishes. Dishes!